What's up, everybody? Your boy E-Man from the Average Joe Sports Talk Podcast with the live weekly stream. Took a break last week. I know I gave you, I've been, need a little break after the NBA Finals, man. I was giving a lot of the recaps and retakes and post games after the NBA Finals. So I needed kind of like a week to decompress and then come back hard because even though the NBA is over this weekend, happy Father's Day, everybody, by the way, whoever was a father. We the NBA free agency season kind of popped off just a bit, right? We're 2 days away, pretty much from the draft. We got Victor Wemby. I can't even pronounce his last name. He was here at Yankee Stadium throwing the first pitch, and we'll touch that. That's going to be part of my trending headlines. And obviously, we have New York right now is on fire with the NBA draft, hosting the NBA draft in just a couple of days on Thursday. But the first shoe to drop, kind of like the big NBA first, I guess, whoosh bomb of the year, of course, was the new big three for the Phoenix Suns. That's right. Bradley freaking Beal, baby, comes to the Suns, all right, via a trade with Washington. And there's a lot I got to say about this right here. But first, let me just give you the trade details here, all right? Pretty much pre-draft trades, you have the Wizards get Chris Paul and Landry Shamet, multiple second-round picks, all right, multiple pick swaps, and Phoenix get Bradley Beal, guard Jordan Goodwin, and forward Isaiah Todd. Man, huge trade. Now, were the Suns overreaching here a little bit? I don't know. But first, let's react to let's come on. Let's give the basics here, right? I already gave you the trade details. Bradley Beal is a decent player. Last year was obviously hurt. Pretty much played 50 games last year, average 23 points per game. Not a MVP caliber season like he had the year before. The year before it was probably his best season ever. Let me go pull up the stats here. That's what got him paid. When he averaged 23 points per game a couple of years ago, actually, because he's been hobbled the last couple of years, 40 and 50 games. He played 31. He had 31 points per game in 2021 and 30 and a half 2019 and the 20 season. So that's what has gotten this kid. He's a career 22 points per game individual here, all right, which is not bad. And this is like pretty much all or nothing for the Suns. Because I'm going to say this pretty simple, man. When they traded for KD, the Suns became very, very thin. Now, after trading for Bradley, bro, they are anorexic. All right. Bulimia is in the building when it comes to this franchise because they have no depth whatsoever. All right. This is like a team that swallowed so much, signed DeAndre Ayton, gave Booker his freaking money, paid Chris Paul, and all of a sudden just thrown up every single supporting role player they had in order to get the big three. It's pretty nuts. And if there was, and I got footage of the Suns GM trading with the Wizards for Bradley Beal. Check it out.
I feel like if I don't get to do this, I feel like that's it. Like I might die.
So, yeah, man. Honestly, first and foremost, there's a couple of things that worry me about this trade. Number one, debt. They depleted every single debt. And number two, salary cap. Check this out. The big three alone, Booker, KD, Kevin Durant, and Bradley Beal amount for $129 million of the salary that's committed to them. All right. When you add DeAndre Ayton's $32.4 million in the upcoming season, four players are averaging 161 and a half. I mean, averaging 160 a total combined of 161.5 million of the team salary. That is so close to the luxury tax threshold of 165 million. bro, absolutely, they're gonna go over the luxury tax, and they gotta get in trouble. Second of all, they have like 11 players to sign. 11 freaking players to sign with about $4 or $5 million left in the cap.
Oh, balls.
That's that's insane. That's pretty insane. I don't care who you are, how you gonna make this happen. But right now they're so depleted on the debt department that I don't know how they're gonna do this. Now, obviously, there has to be some cap clearing here. And I think rumors are that DeAndre Ayton most likely will get moved in order to clear cap space so they can do some damage and surround the big three. Because I think the future here is Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal, and Booker. Odd man out is DeAndre Ayton, whose contract is not bad. And DeAndre has value. 16, I mean, his career averages are like 16 and a half points per game, over 10 rebounds, 50% from the field. There's a lot of value with DeAndre, and I think they should be able to trade and get back assets and still have some money to play with in free agency. In addition to, well, you can say where they're going to draft, but they've gave away every single pick they had with Kevin Durant, every second round pick every first round pick with Kevin Durant, every second round pick they have with Bradley Beal in this trade, and it's becoming obviously a problem. So yes, they have a big three in the house. Absolutely, they are. They are the talk of the town. However, they are so depleted, and there's a big match, big chess match, and obviously there's going to be a lot of creative ways their GM and their new head coach to come out and figure out how they're going to go ahead and surround uh, the new big three, Beal, Booker, and Durant, with the necessary tools, players that they will need in order to be successful, because the West is no walk in the park. We all seen this before. We seen it with the Nets, right? Kyrie, James, and Kevin Durant. They gave up everybody. No debt. Did not pan out well. Looks like it's another Kevin Durant 2.0 net situation for him this year, unless the Phoenix Suns do something quick. And I think the answer is probably moving DeAndre Ayton to get back some pieces and also clear out some more cap space so they could sign some more players in the offseason. That's pretty nuts. And you know what? You know what's crazy is that the only time this has worked out for Kevin Durant, it didn't work out with the Nets. It only worked out with Golden State because he took less money. It worked out with Golden State because Steph, Clay, and Draymond were under really good contracts, right? So let's see if Kevin Durant's second attempt to create his own super team to prove that he could win it without Steph and Clay and Draymond will work. This guy right now, unless there's a miracle perform, I don't think it will. Right now, to me, is dumpster fire territory for the Suns. And when I mean dumpster fire, it's not like they're going to be a bad team or they're going to lose a bunch of games. They're going to win. All right. I don't think it's sustainable in the finals. I mean, or in the playoffs. It's not a postseason sustainable team the way it looks right now. Because they need like 11 players in order to fill this roster right now, in order to back up the big three. and if DeAndre's there, I don't see DeAndre staying. That has to be a bye-bye, see you later. DeAndre Ayton is the odd man out, and he's the one that's got to get moved in order for them to be able to bring players on and fill this roster up, because it is thin, man. It is anorexic right now. The Suns are anorexic. They're anorexia. If you look at the picture, if you look at the definition of anorexia in the dictionary, there is a picture of the Phoenix Suns right now, because they are so thin on talent, on staff, on debt. It's not even funny. And I'm not trying to make fun of any illness here, boys and girls. But it looks good on paper. It looks good. It looks good on picture. Look at this, man. You got Bradley Beal laughing, Booker. Everybody's on fire. Um, but obviously, there needs to be a lot more work done. A championship in my book hasn't been won yet. All right, hasn't been won yet for the Phoenix Suns because they acquired Bradley Beal. To me, this is just the beginning. But that was probably the easiest negotiation and the easiest acquisition for the Phoenix Suns. I think the bigger problem and the bigger challenge for their GM right now is how is he going to move assets? How is he going to move? How is he going to acquire cap space and players for this? And again, let me show you one more inside look at the Suns negotiating for DeAndre Ayton. Ready? Let's.
I feel like if I don't get to do this, I feel like that's it. Like I might die.
Oh, I love the show session. That's one of my favorite shows. One of my favorite shows. All right, so moving on. Let me see. I think I touched every single point here with the Suns. So again, what can they afford in the preseason? Probably not much. The Suns were already thin. Now they're anorexic. Why don't we hit some trending headlines because we have a lot of trending headlines today. Like I said, free agency is popping off with a bang, and we got some bangers.
Okay, let's go.
Yep. Let's see what do we got. We have some we got some headlines banging over here today. There's a bust right now. We got individuals opting in and out of contracts. But of course, let's start with Chris Paul. Chris Paul found out that he was traded via text message from his 14-year-old son. He was on a plane heading to New York, and his son is texting him and telling him, "Hey, pops, excuse me, man, I've been fighting a cold. Hey, pops, you just been traded. It is what it is." Really cold move by the Suns. Chris Paul believes that it was a combination of Isaiah Thomas's influence, former great Detroit Piston Isaiah Thomas, also former VP and GM of that team, as opposed to Hall of Fame player, and the connection him and the GM for the Suns have influenced Chris Paul's trade to the in order to get exchange of Bradley Beal and so forth. So again, what was cold is the fact that they didn't have the decency to call my man Chris Paul in order to let him know that you just been traded, my man. Thank you for your services. Thank you for the one NBA Finals visit where you choked. You're old. It is time to retire. Ask Chris Paul, man. I call it quits. Hall of Fame career, the point guard, fell short, but it is what it is, man. Walk out with your head out high. You're probably going to get paid, but you're going to play with a real shitty team to end your career. If I'm you, man, I am done. I am done. Moving on to the next headline. Ja Morant gets a slap in the wrist. Last week, they passed down his 25-game suspension. And, of course, what did that get Ja Morant? Ja Morant gets the cover of 2K24. The man has been brandishing guns left and right here. All right. The man is breaking all the rules and everything else. But what? Let's reward him. Let's go ahead and, just only give him 25 games. And might as well, let's give him the cover of 2K24 as well.
Damn!
So, honestly, I've got a lot of heat this week. I received a lot of heat on Twitter when I went ahead and tweeted out my take on this. I said he needs to be suspended minimum 50 games, not 25. Slap on the wrist. I think this kid's is not going to feel it enough. Again, he went out there and put another beautiful written statement, probably not by him, but his PR team. Then he went online to, I don't know if it was a joke, but he had a lighter that was in the shape of a gun, and he was lighting some candles. Again, I don't know how serious this kid is and how sincere he is with his statements regarding getting better and working on his mental health throughout the summer, and then using the 25-game suspensions to get himself better. I don't know how good that is or how truthful that is. But again, I'm tired of talking about it. But hey, look, he's on the cover of 2K24. How do you like that, Cesar? I submitted my cover for him, 2K24, where Ja Morant just empties the clip in every game. That's my version of the 2K24 game. If you look at it, man, it's pretty neat, man. I mean, I need some royalties for this. All right, what's popping next? Hey, Zion Williamson trade rumors, man. Zion Williamson, baby. Look, he's been really hitting the headlines off the court, man, with his women issues, and it's still not over yet. However, rumors are coming strong that the Pelicans are willing to part ways with Zion Williamson if it means they can land the potential number third pick, Scoot Henderson, in the NBA draft. So there's possible trade rumors, blockbuster trade rumors with the Trailblazer. All right, something in relation with Houston. But Zion right now it's in the block. Now it's I think based on the fact that his injury reputation right now, 3 seasons, technically has played a full season combined if you put all the games that he's missed and played, which is a shame because I'm a big Zion fan on the court and I'm a big Zion Williamson guy when he comes to playing basketball because I think the dude is a freak of nature and brings the low post game back and the athleticism to the basketball game. He could do it all. But uh, the reputation he's gained as a teammate has been horrible, which I don't see it. The kid always still be smiling, but I guess, you never know what happens behind the locker room. But obviously he has had a bad reputation with his teammates. He's not a good teammate. Also, he is not he's been hurt a lot. And right now his off the court shenanigans here, which, hey, look, at least he's not carrying a gun out there, right? He's just messing with a lot of these hoes. And look, as we all know, he has in particular Mariah Mills, who's threatening Mr. Zion Williamson to expose him and release a sex tape if he doesn't pay up. So I think the combination of issues like this with him and his thoughts, and he has to keep his hose in checks, man. I mean, he's not doing a good job of keeping his pimp hand strong because they're trying to run him. But either way, Zion Williamson, man, with off the court shenanigans and personal life, and then of course his injury reputation, his injury record, not being a good teammate. I think the Pelicans will are exercising strongly him getting traded before the NBA draft. That's crazy. He might not be a Pelican come Thursday. And if I'm the Pelicans, look, why not? If you get something good, you already got pieces, right? Bi, Brandon Ingram, and McCollum. You get a good young player to put around. I think you got something working here. Again, feel bad for Zion, but for Zion, I'm sorry, but he's letting his chicken heads run the game.
Oh, balls.
Oh man, so yeah, he might. That's crazy. That's crazy. They just gave him, he just signed the extension last year. The first year extension last year, like for the 220. So that's pretty crazy. Moving on, Draymond Green decides to not to exercise. He declines his 27.5 million option and wants to enter free agency. Now, I am asking myself, why? First and foremost, Draymond is washed up. Let's be honest. Yes, he was a pivotal part of the Golden State Championships, but the last 5 seasons, we've seen Draymond decline more and more and become a liability on the court, both on the defensive side and the offensive side. Look, last year he averaged 8.5 points per game, 7.2 rebounds per game, 6.8 assists. Okay, those are decent numbers. 52% from the field. That looks great, right? But do you really think those are 27.5 million? He's a $27.5 million a year guy. Regular season average for his career is 8.7 points per game. All right, he shoots at 31% from beyond the arc, 44 from the field for this career. Best year he had, he averaged 14 points per game. That was in 2016. If you look, since his last time he averaged double digits, which his best year was 2018. That was his last decent year where he averaged 11 points per game, 7.6 rebounds, 7.3 assists. All right, shot 45 from the field. He's been a complete decline, has been shooting it high from the field, but he's been hurt a lot. 43 games in 2020, 63 in 2021, 46 the year before. Last year had 73, but that's it. In the playoffs, his numbers pretty stay the same. They stay pretty constant at 8.5 and so forth. Honestly, dude, these numbers are not a 20 million a year player, let alone a 27.5 million a year player. I know like I said, he's a pivotal part of all these championships for Golden State. However, he's a product of playing with the greatest shooter of all time, or the greatest pair of shooters of all time, and the Splash Brothers, and a really good system that fits him. Draymond Green in a different system and a different team, he is a nobody. All right. He is a Jeff Green that cannot shoot from the outside in a consistent manner. It is what it is. I'm not trying to hate on Draymond, but that's what we have. It is Draymond Green absolutely is a just normal role player who athleticism has decreased and so has skill because he's getting older from all the banging. What's next? Let me see here. We have what's next on the plate here. We have let's keep going to these trend. Let's go ahead and keep going to the deadline, the trending headlines. I'm sorry. By the way, I think this is a good opportunity. It's a good opportunity for, and I don't want to keep harping on that horse here, but it's a good opportunity for the Golden State to cut bait and clear up $27 million of their books. All right. And I know their new GM, the one who just took over for the one that just left, uh, Dunleavy Jr. I know he says the number one priority is to try to keep Draymond. Dude, don't start off that way. Bank the money, go out to free agency, and bring somebody that's going to fit that mold and give some more help to Steph and Clay because they're older. I would go after a Kyle Kuzma. All right. Which, by the way, Kyle Kuzma is my next headline. Kyle Kuzma says, F you guys, I am declining my $13 million option and I want to be a free agent. And you know what? I don't blame the dude.
Damn!
Unlike Draymond Green, Kyle Kuzma is still very young, averaged 21 points per game last season, 17 the year before with Washington. Last year was his best year. Already has a championship on their belt when he won it at the bubble with excuse me, with the Lakers. Honestly, he is a better fit. You could pay him 27 million a year and he'll take it. All right, and he'll fit a lot better. I know the Warriors have a lot of pieces. They got a lot of things to work with. The Warriors have to figure out what they're going to do with Weissman because he's been a complete failed experiment and so forth. But I would go heavy. I would not even entertain Draymond, but I would go ham on Kyle Kuzma. And there's other guys out there, which I know next week after the draft, boom, everything's going to start popping in the NBA free agency frenzy, which we're probably going to have an episode. But honestly, hey, I would cut bait with my man. If I'm the Golden State Warriors, I would cut bait with with Draymond Green and go after players like Kyle Kuzma. Before I go on and give you my last headline, I want you guys to hear a word from our sponsors at BetUS.
I've been to 56 straight home games.
I've tailgated 61 times.
I've been to 31 practices. I've collected 17 autographs.
I've had 27 beers spilt on me. Make that 28.
I've got one sports book.
I've got one sports book. I've got one sports book.
BetUS.com.
Sign up at BetUS and get a massive 125% bonus.
There we go, baby. Hey, go check the link in the description. I got 2 codes for you. I got 2 links for you. 125% sign-on bonus where if you deposit up to $2,500, so you get 125% of your deposit up to $2,500. Or listen, if you want to try it out for free and see what the deal is, I got a free $50 for you. Click on the link that says free $50, no deposit required. Hit that up. Use it until it's gone. No need to put in more money, but if you're happy, go ahead and put in more money, and you'll see. You won't regret it, man. Also, on Twitter, almost on a daily basis, your boy is giving out picks, especially MLB picks right now, and get ready for football season. So check out BetUS. The description, all the links for the promos are in the description of this video and of this live platform. So anyway, to end the day here, we are going to show you a quick video of a live look at Victor Wembanyama. I can't even say his name. I'm going to call him Wemby. Went out to the Yankee Stadium today and threw the first pitch. Folks, it's a good thing my guy actually plays basketball, because at 7'5", I don't know how good he would be as a how good it would be as a hitter. But here you go. Let me show you. I'm sorry. Let me go ahead and play this again.
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
Here's a live look at him pitching.
What the fuck is this piece of shit? What the fuck?
It's a quick video, guys. So here you go. That's what that was, baby. Victor Wembanyama just threw that so wide right. There was a picture of him holding this baseball, man, and it was pretty wild. It was like the ball was like a marvel in his freaking hand, which it was pretty crazy. Anyway, that's all I have for you. Just wanted to give you my thoughts on the Bradley Beal trade and the new big three for the good old Suns. And a lot of things happened today regarding that matter. But hey, look, there's going to be a lot more shoes to drop a big time in NBA free agency. Check out the draft. Check out my promos for BetUS in the description. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. This is your boy E-Man from the Average Joe Sports Talk Podcast. Signing out. Peace.
Yo!